What makes the Shelby GTE unique is the overall performance that we offer for the price of entry on this vehicle. It's kind of unfair to call this an entry-level vehicle because we really are offering you power, performance, handling, looks all in one package to start off with. And we're really touching on a group of customers that we've not seen or really offered this entry level of a product to before.
You know, the Shelby GTE comes with many unique features. So if you look at that car quickly from a front three-quarter view, rear three-quarter view, side view, you can quickly see that it's different than just a regular Mustang. Much like what we found with the Hertz rental car that we just did. It was a fabulous success. People loved it. It performs at a great level. Wheels, tires, suspension, unique look and appearance. Things that make it clearly a Shelby from, 50 feet away.
Working with Ford Performance, we've done a lot of really neat things with the car. We've actually done power adders to add an extra 40 horsepower to the car. The suspension system is proven over and above. We do a custom hood on the car. We're pulling like 60 degrees out from underneath the engine compartment. All together with everything that we've done and working together with Ford Performance, I think we've come up with a nice, well-rounded car that you'd be proud to drive every day.
This car really comes down to two words: affordable performance. You look at almost every single component that we added to it, and it has both an aesthetic component and a performance component to it. So this is really what makes this car special. It's that recipe of the wheels and the hood and the grille and all the interior components and the suspension. So we've really developed what I would call the best recipe for what we try to accomplish, which is an attainable car for our fan base.
The 67 was a bad boy Super Snake. Look how far we've come in 50 years with refinement, with OE quality, with a car you can drive every day and still dominates at the track. Shelby came to the table. We gave it horsepower. We gave it a unique look, custom wheels, front splitter. From 50 feet away, you knew this car was a bad boy right out of the box.
So much of what was developed in this vehicle was done specifically for this car. In the past, we've had a couple pieces we've been able to reuse, much like the tradition of Ford. But on this vehicle, everything was designed from the ground up, and every component that you see on it has not been featured on a vehicle before. All the process we do now mimics some of the processes that Ford goes through when they develop their own vehicle. Straight from the computer modeling, to the rapid prototyping, to the first article, to our testing, and then to actual final component on the vehicle that we approve. We're able to take the base Mustang and address all the components dynamically on the vehicle, starting with the aesthetics that are both functional and eye-appealing. So the hood itself is actually a method in which to extract heat from the vehicle. And we also have a front splitter, sided rocker splitters, and an improved valance that's more stable at high speeds.
The performance aspects we've put in the car is a new supercharger. We've done upgraded brakes, upgraded suspension, exhaust system, and all the aesthetics on the body. Following the racing technology that's out there right now with the brake systems, what we wanted to do is we wanted to integrate a full floating front rotor for our brake systems. So we did that on the new 17. We worked together with a lot of our partners this year and we come up with a lot better cooling system, intercooling systems, radiator systems, expansion tanks that really help the performance of the car all the way around. Being the designer, I try to keep the DNA of the company in every single car that I do. I've worked with Carroll for 15 years. He's been right next to me, so I know exactly how the man thought. I knew exactly what he wanted. Everything that we do in this company is for Carroll. It really is. Any kind of design that we do, we got to know that that's a Shelby. That's very important to us. That's very important to everybody here in this company. It's something that I want to put into every car. Even though this car is due for 2017, it's not a departure from what we do here at Shelby. All the DNA is still involved in this car 100%.
wasn't birthed for the masses or designed for the status quo. Ordinary isn't in its DNA, but passion is. Passion drives every ounce of design origin, attention to detail, and meticulous handcrafting. It is the Dodge Viper. Seductive, irresistible. Some regard this powerful attraction with trepidation because a siren's call isn't for everyone. But for those keen enough to recognize its call, to feel it, the road will never be the same. Dodge Viper, created like no other car in the world.
When we started out to build a Demon, we didn't start out to compete with anyone else in the industry. We started out working from our background and being the best version of what we could be, because we are completely different. We are not trying to be a sports car. We are not trying to be a pony car. We're trying to be a street strip muscle car, and there's no one else in that space. We decided very early on in the project that the key to success on this car was going to be the last tenth. And I don't mean the 1/10 of a second in the quarter mile. I mean that last 1/10 of effort that was going to push you beyond an interesting stat into a stat that had never been done before. I mean, you start at the top of the list, drag radials. No one's ever put drag radials on a car. They've been available in the marketplace, but they've never been put on a production car. That's a first that we're very proud of. Transmission. No one has ever put a trans brake in a production car. No one has used the air conditioning system to cool the intercoolers. The Demon engine is all new. It's not a tuned up version of our Hellcat engine. The only part that carries over is the cylinder head. We deck honed the block, which is something you see on high-end race car engines. New crankshaft, new connecting rods, new pistons, new camshaft, all new valve train, and a new larger 2.7 liter supercharger. So all of those things that make it a dedicated drag car, all of those things that make it awesome on the strip, you can completely modify. You can make this car as comfortable or as crazy as you want it to be. The two most common questions I get on Demon, number one, why'd you build a car like this? And the second question after that, how much horsepower does it have? And I always tell everybody, I'll tell you the horsepower, it's amazing, but I want to explain to you the full performance package and everything that horsepower enables. I'm going to walk you through a virtual run of what it's like to drive a Demon. You strap yourself into a 4-point harness. Take your red key,
fire up the most powerful V8 production engine ever put.
In nature, you'll always find someone or something at the top of the food chain. It's the same for sports cars. Meet the 2016 Camaro SS, the most powerful Camaro SS ever. The heart and soul of Chevrolet performance cars, the legendary 6.2-liter LT1 V8 supplies a perfectly balanced 455 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque that takes Camaro SS from 0 to 60 in 4 seconds flat, with the available 8-speed paddle-shift automatic transmission. The 6-speed manual features active rev matching, which anticipates downshifts with throttle blips for smooth, precise shifting. A technique pros master after years of dedication. When it's time to tame all this power, 4-piston Brembo Performance disc brakes help Camaro SS bring it to a controlled stop from any speed. Its track-ready credentials are further stamped with an SS-specific grille, hood vents, and rear stanchion spoiler that contribute to reduced lift for better road grip and enhanced high-speed stability. There's also available magnetic ride control that reads the road 1,000 times per second, then stiffens the suspension for high-performance driving while never sacrificing a smooth ride. When you choose SS exclusive track mode through the driver mode selector, magnetic ride control adjusts damping to be significantly firmer, which is perfect for a day at the track. Speaking of the track, SS makes sure you're always ready to run at top speed. 3 radiators, including 2 that feed air in from the lower grille opening, enhance high-performance engine cooling. Differential oil cooler and transmission cooler that help bring cool air where it's needed most. Whether it's on the racetrack or the road, the 2016 Camaro SS is the leader of the pack.